The Emperor sets my path.
Blessed augmetics can replace and enhance vision, motor function, and endurance. Alas, they cannot cure incompetence.
Follow my lead.
You speak well. I have heard these bookish words many times before, but this is the first time I have heard them spoken with such resolve. I see that you believe in them, that you live by them. I respect that. I will help you. Let no one say that I forgot my duty to the Allfather. It seems Tervantius is not as clever as he likes to appear if he's letting me out of the cage. The joke is on him. Good steel I have already. But if we are going hunting, I will need my wolf skin. What did you say your name was? Speak, Edvater.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Nuncius solved this conundrum.
I won't tolerate weakness.
The machine god was benevolent to me.
None shall stand in my way.
Wisdom is a catalyst for knowledge. I possess both.
A new challenge for me? Wipe you from the face of the galaxy!
I will revel in your pain. Does not become prey!
Time to redouble our efforts!
Designate a target. If I must. If it serves your cause.
Let me educate you on the art of pain.
This tedium has been...
You bite like a bomb! Nobody escapes us. I will tear your heart out. What a pleasure.
Absolutely not. Already done. Nothing I can't do. Not my specialty. I shall not fear.
I will do my duty. At your beck and call. My place is at the fore. It will be done. A tactically sound approach.
I'll pass. Not a problem for me.
Useless. I'm relying on you. Astute observation. Administering sanctified restorative influence.
I'll survive. I always survive. None can I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument!
Executing command. Nothing worth salvaging. A valid argument.
I hunger for battle.
Incomprehensible.
Cubs play.
You've unleashed my fury.
My hand is thunder. My strike is ruin. See how the wolf succeeds? So it shall be.
Let me educate you on the art of pain. Fundamental history ever of use allow.
Follow my lead. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. An exemplary strike. At your beck and call. Target well struck. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call. Grey hair? Sure have. It will be done. For von Valancius! An exemplary strike.
A failed fence!
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. An exemplary strike. I will do like target well struck. At your beck and call. Free hand, sure hand. It will be done. Sorcery.
I will tear it apart!
My place is at the fore. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
If it serves your cause. More. If I must. I understand your intent.
Your suffering will sustain me.
All too easy. Already done.
A world for a flesh crafter.
Nothing I can't do. Not a problem for me.
Lucius, I'm relying on you. Blasphemy terminated. Esteemed colleague.
Smite the Xenos!
Do not plead for sweet death.
Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless. Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Shield us from this witchcraft. Rejoice in battle!
You call this a strike? Pain is all. Oblivion approaches.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. This tedium is beneath me. I am not your if it serves your cause.
Bring it on!
Bring your torment.
Executing command. A valid argument. Executing command. The machine. Executing command.
Wolves ready in disgrace! None can do better than a warrior of the All-Father! See how the wolves succeed! You have become the All-Father's worthy instrument! Our foes reek of cowardice. Feel the icy bite of death! Wolves, I will carve runes out of your bones. So it shall be. I challenge you, damned it. None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father. The fame-hungry come! The disgrace! Don't dishonor the wolf with such tasks.
I don't have time for this. Not my specialty. All too easy.
Woe to you!
Already done. Nothing anything I can't do.
Indeed. At your beck and call. I will do my duty.
Sorcery!
Look no further.
Trivial, as I prognosticated.
Monkey... rogue trader. There is something you must do for me. Dragged me out alive. The only reason you walked away from that fight in one piece is because I was on your side. Your self-delusion runs depressingly deep. The soul of Eogunn, the Archon of the Reaving Tempest. It should belong to me. I do not know where, I do not know how, but that bitch tried to dispatch me without sullying her own hands, and she deserves to lose her life. Her soul will remain in my soul trap. When we at last face each other, and we will face each other, even if I have to gut all of Camorra to do it. And if you're there when it happens, do not even think of trying to deliver the final blow. Only an Aziriesh has the right to take the life of an Aziriesh, and that right is mine. Eogunn is my sister. What does it matter? Yes. I valued her until she went too far in her attempts to dispose of me. She valued me until I refused to bare my throat for the blade without a word. Our relationship has come to a dead end. Now the tie between us must be severed. It is all somewhat more complicated than you're capable of understanding. Our game of old must come to an end. My first step went awry because of Nazrake's treachery. Now all I must do is finish what I started. Destroy her with my own hands before she destroys me. Simply killing her is not enough for me. No, it is too banal. Keeping her imprisoned for all eternity in a cage of misery from which there is no escape. That is a fate more to my liking. Her fury and torment will feed me until her spirit dries up like a fountain of blood spraying from a sliced artery. And also, it might make her resurrection problematic. Naive creature. The homunculi of Camorra, including Tavantius, whom Eogunn favors, are able to regenerate our slain kin from small pieces of flesh held in amniotic tubes. Any Drakari you kill on the field of battle can come for you again, albeit at a price, since the homunculus claims a portion of their client's soul as payment for this precautionary measure. Perhaps Eogunn was desperate enough or insane enough to resort to such a contract. Who knows? Having Eogunn's soul in my keeping might make her regrown form, if one appears, defective. She might not remember me or you at all. The answer I was expecting. I do not expect to wait long for the confrontation. When my sister learns of what occurred in the arena, she will send assassins, or decide to come herself. What are you looking at? Correct. Directly into the nerve centers. Direct stimulation of the trigger points, provoking constant, unrelenting pain. Do you know how pleasurable it feels when your suffering rings out in unison with another's? The overwhelming ecstasy when your own agony bleeds into the agony of your enemy. My world is woven from that pleasure. I can show you that world. I can teach you, if you do as you are told. I do. And I will not forget my place, so long as you do not lose your grip. As you have already promised me, Arimaris, I will leave you now. When it is time to kill, let me know.
Let us raise our cups at Fatar, in honor of deeds accomplished and in expectation of those yet to come. This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Et Fatar answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Et Fatar. You, of course, are a maiden, not a father. But we have no word meeting maiden commander in our tongue, as all space wolves are men. Be worthy of it, and see that you do not disgrace this glorious rank. I have had a few thoughts on that score, but don't try to pry them out of me. When the time comes, I will share them with you. What do you want to know? What brought the space wolves to the Expanse? Or how I ended up in the non-human's Dark City? An Inquisitor by the name of Calcazar put out a call for aid. My Wolf Lord did not refuse him, and had 2 packs deployed to the Expanse. We never trusted this ally. But a blood debt for a service rendered in the past forced our hand. Insightful. We'd had no dealings with this Calcazar before this. And we did not trust him. 2 packs meant twice as many eyes to watch out for his games and schemes. And then... The Coronis Expanse is a wild hunting ground teeming with prey. And the Space Wolves will be the first to turn its snow scarlet. The Jarl decided to send the most indomitable hunters who hunger for honor and bloodshed. 1 pack would have fulfilled its duty for the sake of pride, but 2 would seek to outdo each other for the sake of glory. The Inquisition. Pah! Rats! Scurrying around the Allfather's house and ruling it in the Master's absence. Cowards they are. The last into battle, but the first on any war council. We saw what they were worth in the months of shame. An ancient strife. If you do not know of it, then you are not supposed to know. He saved our brother who had lost the pack and was unable to look after himself or the chapter's honor. Calcazar returned our brother to Fenris and kept secret the misfortune that had befallen him. The Jarl knew that the Inquisitor's actions were driven by opportunism, and the desire to have us mighty warriors in his debt. But honor forced him to be hospitable to the stranger, and swear an oath of friendship. We also decided to be cautious. His words flowed like honey, and he seemed an honorable man. But lies always look like truth, don't they? That arrogant chief thought he could give us orders. But we wolves have always followed our own instincts and hunted in our own way. I wager that boiled his blood. In warm furs, the old man does shroud his body. In cloaks of secrets woven, shrouds the sly man his plans. To know his dire purpose, swallow not the words of poison, but his gristle. We had gone on a raid for Xenos prisoners and fell into a trap. We had no war machines to support us, and some of our squad were wounded, so we were forced to retreat. I ordered my battle brothers to leave, but I remained behind to meet our guests. I do not know how many of the feeble wretches I slew, but I would have killed even more had their towering piles of bodies not hindered me in combat. They wounded me and captured me. They froze the joints in my armor. When they dragged me to their ship, 2 of my battle brothers descended upon the Xenos and tried to free me. An insane plan, but it almost succeeded. Almost. And so, there were 3 of us taken captive. And then there were 2. And then I was alone once again. Their saga is one I will not sing to you. You have spilled no blood with them, nor shared with them meat unmulled. Their spirits might be outraged if they knew I had sung of their deeds to a stranger. They fell with honor. Yes, so am I. These are dark days you are asking about, Edfater. Let my keen-edged friend be a witness to the ferocity of my words. I was given to Tarvantius for his amusement in the arenas of Camorra. Astartes are a rarity, and he sent me out there to kill gladiators. Living as an inglorious butcher and a Xenos' puppet, I hated it constantly, every moment. I had to take care of my mind before it was twisted to the seven hells. Every morning I made entreaties to the Allfather, and every night I appealed to Russ. I trained my body, read the litanies, and in the darkest moments I recited my own saga. I recalled every battle, every wound, every brother. And that is how I survived. I always survive. This was a bleak saga, Edfater. Why do you think? Partly, Edfater. It is true that I have led the puny Xenos on a false trail to dull their vigilance. But that is not the only reason. Do you know of the implant called the Omophagia? It is one of the blessings the Allfather granted to his Astartes. Nerve nodes that connect the stomach walls and the spinal cord allow me to absorb information from the genetic code of the flesh I consume. I have slain many Xenos and feasted on their flesh. My captors have watched me do it and taken glee in it, while I have been gathering information and planning my escape. Instinct bids me to remain silent. Such knowledge is not to be shared with just anyone. Only those who possess my complete trust. Fenris Hjolda, Edfater.